Hello guys, welcome back here. Now this time we're going to do this review, okay? So about this first question, I think I taught you in the class. This one, yes, you can do it by hand, but you can use calculator, which is menu 3, 2, okay? So if you put this one into the calculator, that will give you the answer to these questions, okay? So all these 8 questions, if you just use menu 32, that will work. Second one, now it's about the word problems, which you will get 5 to 6 questions on the test. So let's look at this one. It's very simple. 1 week, the music store sold 2 trumpets, 3 clarinets, and 5 violins for $1,240. The next week, they sold 3 trumpets, 1 clarinet, and 4 violins for $1,027. So at this point, it's so clear how we have to set it up. So first, 2 trumpet, so 2T, plus 3 clarinets, plus 5 violins. That one is equal to $1,240. The next week, they sold 3 trumpets, plus 1 clarinet, plus 4 violins for $1,027. On the following week, they sold 5 trumpets, plus 7 clarinets, plus 2 violins for the $2,091. That's it. So if you put this one into the calculator, you will get the answer. Just except instead of T, C, and V, you have to use X, Y, Z. So this question is what I really want to go over because that's a homework question, and about 70% of students made a mistake here. So let's do this one. So Ali earns points on, it should be her credit card that she can use toward future purchases. She earns 4 points per dollar spent on the flight, 2 points for the hotel. So let me highlight. So 4 points for the flight, 2 points for the hotel, and then 1 point for all other purchases. So money goes with the money, and then point goes with the point, okay? So last year, she charged $9,480 and earned 14,660 points. So let's set up until here. We don't know how much money she spent on the flight. And we don't know how much money she spent on the hotel. And we don't know how much money she spent on other purchases. But altogether, she spent $9,480. Remember, usually when you put the money question, if it was a coin, we put like 0.025 or stuff, 0.25, 0.10, or 0.05, stuff like that. But this is not the coin, that's a dollar. So we don't put anything in front of them. We just put it like that, okay? And then for the point, 4 points for the flight, and 2 points for the hotel, and 1 point for other purchases. It's a 14,660 points, right? So here, points goes with the points, all right? Points goes with points. At last, the amount of money spent on flight was, so here, flight is F, right? F was, so F equals 140 more, which is plus 140, more than, so because of this then, that should go to the end, twice the money spent on what? Twice the hotel, which means 2H. That's it. These 3 equations, all right? So this is how you do. Again, if you don't understand this one, make sure you read the question and see how I set this one up, and then try to find the pattern, okay? Same thing here. Luisa has a collection of, so this is the money question which involves coin. See the pattern. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, and she has 118 coins. So number of coins goes with the number of coins. And its money is 25.55, right? So quarter is 25 cent. Nickel is 10 cent. And no, nickel is 5 cent. What am I doing? And dime is 10 cent. And that is equal to 25.55. And she has what? 18 more nickels than dime. So nickels and dime. So we have N equals D. The problem is, where do I put 18 more? It's a plus 18. Should I put it on the nickel side or dime side? It's so easy to think that we should put it on the nickel side, but do you see this word then? Because of this 18 more should always go to the N, which means right here. All right, so that's it. Last one, Mr. Kim has a collection of 40 pennies, dimes, and quarters. So what? P plus D plus Q equals 40. So it's a collection of 40, okay? So 40 does not go to penny, but it goes to all these three, okay? That worth what? $7.60. So penny is 1 cent, dime is 10 cent, and quarter is 25 cent, and worth $7.60. And if the number of dimes triples, which means we're gonna triple the dime, so let's multiply this one by 3, so it's a 30D. This one becomes $9.20. So what? How many of each type of coin does Mr. Kim have? So if you put this one into calculator, you will get it. Just you gotta use X, Y, Z. Okay. So let's do this one. Just watch what I do. Just pause the video, do it by yourself, and then figure it out, okay? There are 2 more gold medals than silver, so because of this word then, this plus 2 should go to the silver. Oh, what am I doing? And then the number B was G plus S minus 4, like that, okay? And yeah, penny 0.01 pip, money goes with the money. Number of penny he has is 5 less than twice on nickels, like that, because of word then. So I hope it makes sense to you. Just do this one by yourself and see if you can do this, if you got this one, okay? So we got a few questions. Let's do this one. How can we do this system of inequalities? You will have 3 to 4 questions, and we got this one, right? It's pretty simple. I'm not gonna go over this. I will go over this one, okay? So first, you have to solve for y. So let's do this one first. How can we do this one? So let me write this one down. 2x minus y is greater than or equal to -1. So how can I do that? Minus 2x both sides. So you get -y is greater than or equal to -2x minus 1. What's next? Divide by -1. So you get y is less than or equal to 2x plus 1. Remember, this negative divide by negative become positive. Same thing here. And this one flips to the other side because you divide by negative number. Okay? And next one, how can we do this? Minus 2x both sides. So this one disappears. So you get y is greater than -2x minus 1. Oh, and that's about it. Right? So that's about it for this one. So let's put this one into the graph. Okay? So here. Now, remember, you cannot put this inequality symbol on the test. It's gonna be nice if you can do it, but As you can see, this graph will not show up on the actual test, so you gotta change it to the equal sign. So yeah, it's pretty simple. You look at the y-axis, which is 0, 0, 1. So if you want to graph it, it's at 0, 1, and as you can see, that's a solid line. So I'm gonna draw it like that with a line. It's not a big deal, and it's a less than, which means I have to shade bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna shade bottom like that. Now let's graph this one. So let's do this. It's what? Y is greater than, I cannot use greater, so equal to negative 2x minus 1. Okay, easy. Y 0, -1 with the other side. I'm gonna use -1, and it's a what? Dashed line. There's no equal sign, right? So I'm gonna graph like this. It's a bit steeper line, so I'm gonna graph it like that. And because, what is it? Is it greater than, right? It's a greater than sign, so I'm gonna shade the top part. And as you can see, this is the overlapping area. All right, that's how you can do this one. It's very simple. Now, how can we do this one? It's very easy. You just have to look at your note first. Y is greater than or equal to 0. So that's a Hoy box. Out of this one, it's a Hoy, right? So you gotta graph this one first, like that. Yeah. That's what? Y is greater than or equal to 0. And that should be shaded greater, so it's the right side. Okay. And let's graph this one. If you graph this one, if you put this one into the calculator, it's a y equal to 1. I don't need a calculator for this, so I'm gonna just graph it with a dashed line. And it's what? Y is less than, so I have to shade bottom. And for this one, I'm gonna use this pen. Y is less than -3, so -3. Y is less than, so it's not steeper, it's a bit more that type of graph. And then y is less than, also less than, so I gotta graph shade here. Now you can kind of tell where the graph is. Now last one, you cannot graph it, you cannot graph it like this, so you gotta solve for y. Divide by -3 every single side. So it's going to be y is less than or equal to -2/3 x plus 7. So this one I'm going to use black pen. So plus 7 here. Okay, so you're going to tell, how could I graph it without using decimals? Well, because I'm a math teacher. But for you, you're going to use decimals for this one, okay? 7, so -2/3, so 2, 3. So it's gonna be like this. It also is a less than, so I'm gonna graph bottom like that. So as you can see, your overlapping area is gonna be this part. Okay, so it's that easy. That you're gonna see this one question here. Okay, and it's about the domain and range. Which one is not true? Just make sure you highlight this one. Okay, so it's very simple. What can you do? It's very simple. Here, x is less than or equal to 2, right? So let's find the domain first. What's the domain? -∞ to x 2, right here, right? Or what's the range? It's not 1, it's a 0. So 0, y, infinity. So for this one, another way to write is x is less than or equal to 2. For this one, y is greater than or equal to 0, right? So is that true? Yeah, y is less than or equal to 0. That's a true. This one, no. This one true. This one true. Why this one is not true? If you change this one to what? interval notation, that should be negative infinity to 2 with a bracket. But do you see it should be bracket? But this one, they used what? Parentheses? That's the reason, guys. If you look at it, all other things are exactly same thing. So be careful about this one. You will see more questions about this in the previous review here. So that's what you need to practice, okay? So same thing here. You gotta find out which one is not a solution. Which one is true about this one, and what is true about this? It's gonna be this one, okay? Keep that in mind. So that's the last one. How can you do this one? Let me go over this one. It's very simple. First of all, this one you gotta change I times square root 128 and simplify it. What? 64 and 2. And what? This one is what? 32 and 2. What? 16 and 2. 8 and 2. 4 and 2. 2 and 2. Whoa, it's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1. So if you want to do it, 1 couple, 2 couple went out, and 1 tragedy happens. 3 couple went out, and another tragedy happened, and we still have an I. And we have a 1 loner inside here like that. So let's do it. 2 times 2 times 2, 8I times square root 2. That easy. What about in this case? Now, if you distribute this one, 3 squared is not 6, it's 9. And I squared is just I squared. So it's what? 5I to the 5th power times 9I squared. When you combine this, 9 times 5 is 45. And 5 plus 2 is 7. You're adding the exponent, remember, when you multiply. And what's the greatest multiples of 4 into this one? It's what? Just 4, right? And this one disappears. And again, I to the 3rd power is negative I, right? So this one is same as 45 times negative I, which is negative 45I. That's what you do for this question, okay? And this one, these two, you can use calculator for this one, but if you want to do it by hand, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times negative I is negative 8I. Negative 2I times 1 is what? Negative 2I. Negative 2I times negative I is what? Positive 2I squared. And I squared, anything that is I squared will become negative 2. So let's do this one. 8 minus 2 is 6. Negative 8I minus 2I is what? Negative 10I. Simple. Last one. You have to know. Well, it's better for you to use calculator, but if you want to do it by hand, 3 times 3, same thing, 9. 3 times this, you're going to get what? 3 times 2 is what? 6I square root of 3. This one times this is what? Negative 6I square root of 3. And last one, this one times this one. So let's do this one. 2I, positive times negative is negative, by the way. 2I times 2I is what? By the way, 4I squared. And then we still have what? Square root of 3 both sides, right? What's the square root of 3 times square root of 3? Is 3. Like that, okay? So let's do this one. This one is same as 9 plus 6. I'm just copying this one down. So what's the 3 times negative 4? It's negative 12 I squared. And what does this I squared do? Change the sign. So this one will become positive 12. Okay? So let's simplify this one. 9 plus 12, you get what? 21. What's the 6I square root of 3 minus 6I square root of 3? These two disappear. So it's just 21. And you will probably think, what just happened? Well, what you can do is you just put this one into the calculator, just copy it out as it is, and put every single one of this one into the calculator and see which one matches. That's another way that you can do it. If you want to do it by hand, just replay the video and watch carefully. All right? Anyways, that's about it, guys. If you have any question, just let me know. See you guys. Bye.